The story opens in the year 2387 aboard the massive alien battleship Dark Thunder. Commander Vex of the Crimson Empire stands before a holographic display showing Earth, a small blue planet that has refused to surrender for 3 months. The Crimson Empire controls half the galaxy. Their red ships have conquered over 2,000 worlds. Every species bows before their might. Every species except one, humans. Captain Riley sits in chains in the ship's prison cell. She commands Earth's last defense fleet. Vex brings her to the hill bridge to witness something important. Your people are fools, Vex tells Riley. His forearms cross over his chest. We offer you one final chance. Surrender now, or we will turn your planet into dust. Riley looks at Earth through the viewport. She sees the orbital defense platforms. She sees the moon bases. She sees home. My answer remains the same, Riley says. No, Vex laughs. It sounds like grinding metal. Your ships are broken. Your armies are weak. We have 10,000 warships ready to attack. You have maybe 200 ships left, Riley smiles. You don't understand. Humans very well. What is there to understand? You are a young species. You have only been in space for 400 years. We have ruled for 10,000 years. The communication officer speaks up. Commander, we are receiving a message from Earth. Put it on screen, Vex orders. President Adams appears on the holographic display. He sits in the emergency war room deep under New Geneva. His face is calm, but his eyes are hard as steel. Commander Vex of the Crimson Empire, Adams begins. You have demanded our surrender. You have threatened our world. You have killed our people. Adams pauses. Behind him, military officers work at control panels. We have discussed your ultimatum. The United Earth government has reached a decision. Vex leans forward. He expects to hear surrender. Our answer is no. We will not bow. We will not kneel. We will not surrender. Adams stands up. You asked for war, Commander Vex. Very well. You shall have war. The transmission ends. Vex turns to Riley. Your president is as foolish as you are. When this day ends, humans will be nothing but memory. Riley shakes her head. You still don't get it. Get what? You picked a fight with the wrong species. Vex signals his officers. Begin the attack. Show them the power of the Crimson Empire. The first wave of alien ships moves toward Earth. 1,000. Red battleships advance in perfect formation. Their weapons charge with deadly energy. On Earth, Admiral Kane watches from Luna Base. He sees the enemy fleet approaching. His weathered face shows no fear. All stations, this is Admiral Kane. He broadcasts. Operation Last Stand is now active. May fortune favor the bold. Across the solar system, hidden weapons come online. Secret projects that took decades to build. Technologies that pushed human science to its limits. The aliens expect a quick victory. They expect humans to fight like every other species. They have conquered. They are about to learn that humans fight differently. As the alien fleet reaches the outer solar system, they encounter the first surprise. Massive minefields that were invisible to their sensors suddenly activate. Explosions light up space like deadly fireworks. Impossible, Vex shouts. How did they hide those weapons? Riley's smile grows wider. That's just the beginning. The alien fleet loses 200 ships to the minefields. But 800 ships continue forward. They are still confident of victory. Then they meet the second surprise. From behind Jupiter's moons, a new type of human ship appears. These vessels are different from anything the aliens have seen before. They are sleek, fast, and covered in strange armor. What are those ships? Vex demands. His science officer runs scans. I don't understand, Commander. They appear to be constructed from dark matter? Riley laughs. We've had 400 years to prepare. Did you think we spent that time doing nothing? The dark matter ships attack with weapons that phase through normal shields. Alien vessels explode one after another. Retreat. Vex orders. Fall back and regroup. But the human ships are faster. They hunt down the fleeing aliens like wolves, chasing sheepdog by the end of the day. Only 100 alien ships escape back to the main fleet. Vex stares at the battle reports in shock. His mighty fleet has been broken by an enemy he thought was weak. Rayleigh looks at him with cold eyes. I warned you, Commander. You picked a fight with the wrong species. In the depths of space, more human ships are coming. Ships built in secret bases. Ships powered by technologies the aliens cannot imagine. The war has begun. And humanity is ready to show the galaxy what happens when you threaten Earth. Asterisk 3 days after the first battle, Emperor Drax receives the worst news in Crimson Empire history. His greatest commander has lost 900 ships to a species they thought was primitive. Drax sits on his crystal throne aboard the Empire's capital ship, Blood Crown. The massive vessel stretches 50 kilometers long. It carries enough weapons to destroy a star system. Explain this failure, Drax commands. His voice echoes through the throne room. Commander Vex kneels before his emperor. His forearms shake with fear. The humans had weapons we did not expect, my lord. Ships made from dark matter. Minds that our sensors could not detect. 1,000 ships, Drax growls. You lost 1,000 ships to these insects. General Krall steps forward. He is Drax's top military advisor. My emperor, perhaps we underestimated them. The humans have been preparing for war longer than we thought. Drax stands up. His red eyes burn with anger. No species has ever defeated the Crimson Empire. We will not let these humans be the first. On Earth, President Adams meets with his War Council. The room is filled with Earth's best military minds. Admiral Kane joins them by hologram from Luna Base. The first battle went better than expected, Adams says. But they will return with more ships. Admiral Kane nods. Our scouts report the aliens are gathering their main fleet. Over 50,000 ships are moving toward our solar system. General Brooks speaks up. We have maybe 2,000 ships ready for combat. The odds are still against us. Adams looks at Dr. Mills, Earth's top scientist. What about Project Omega? Dr. Mills adjusts her glasses. The weapon is ready, but using it comes with risks. Once we fire it, there's no going back. What kind of weapon? General Brooks asks. One that will change the balance of power forever. Adams replies. Back in space, the Crimson Empire's main fleet approaches Earth. 50,000 red. Warships move in a formation that stretches across millions of kilometers. The sight would terrify any normal species, but humans are not normal. Captain Riley has been moved to a maximum security cell, but she can still hear the ship's communications. She listens as the aliens plan their attack. This time we will not underestimate them, Vex tells his officers. We attack with full force. No mercy, no survivors. The alien fleet enters the solar system. They expect to face the same dark matter ships from the first battle. Instead, they find something impossible. Where Earth's moon should be, there is now a massive space station. The structure is the size of a small planet. It bristles with weapons that seem to bend reality itself. What is that? Vex asks his science officer. I don't know, Commander. The energy readings are off the charts. It's like they moved their moon and built a fortress around it. Riley hears this and laughs. You idiots. That's not built around the moon. That is the moon. Vex stares at her. What do you mean? We hollowed out Luna decades ago. Turned the entire moon into a weapon. We call it the Death Moon. Before Vex can respond, the Death Moon fires. Asterisk, a beam of pure energy lances out from the converted moon. It's not like any weapon the aliens have ever seen. The beam doesn't just destroy ships, it erases them from existence. The energy blast cuts through the alien formation like a sword through paper. In seconds, 5,000 ships simply vanish. Impossible. Drax screams from his flagship. Nothing has that much power. But the humans aren't finished. From hidden bases throughout the solar system, more weapons activate. Asteroid bases reveal themselves as they open fire. Space stations that looked like space junk come alive with deadly purpose. The aliens realize they've flown into a trap. The entire solar system is one giant fortress. Retreat, Drax orders. Fall back beyond their weapon range. But as the alien fleet tries to escape, they discover another surprise. Human ships appear behind them, cutting off their escape route. Asterisk. These aren't the same ships from the first battle. These are bigger, faster, and deadlier. They move with impossible speed and fire weapons that ignore alien shields completely. Captain Storm leads the human fleet from his flagship, Vengeance. He's waited his whole life for this moment. All ships, engage the enemy, Storm commands. Show them what happens when you threaten our home. The battle becomes a slaughter. Caught between the Death Moon's massive guns and the human fleet, the alien ships have nowhere to run. In 6 hours, the mighty Crimson Empire loses 30,000 ships. Only 20,000 manage to escape to the edge of the solar system. Emperor, Drax stares at the battle reports in disbelief. In one day, humans have crippled his empire's greatest fleet. Riley smiles from her prison cell. Still think we're primitive. Commander? Vex doesn't answer. He's too busy watching his empire burn. Asterisk, the news spreads across the galaxy like wildfire. A mighty Crimson Empire, rulers of half the known worlds, has been defeated by humans. Species that have lived in fear for centuries suddenly dare to hope. On the planet Kepler Prime, the Blue-Tail people gather around communication devices. They listen to the reports with amazement. The humans destroyed 30,000 ships in one battle, Elder Tam whispers. How is this possible? His daughter Nara looks up at the stars. Maybe the Crimson Empire isn't as strong as we thought. Similar. Conversations happen on 1,000 worlds. The Empire's grip on the galaxy begins to weaken. Emperor Drax knows this. He paces in his private chambers aboard the Blood Crown. His remaining fleet hovers at the edge of human space, afraid to attack again. My lord, General Kral enters carefully. We're receiving reports from across the Empire. Some worlds are refusing to send tribute. Others are asking when we will defeat the humans. Drax slams his fist against the wall. These humans have made me look weak. Every species in the galaxy is watching. What are your orders, my Emperor? Drax's eyes glow with hatred. Gather every ship in the Empire. Call back the fleets from all our conquered worlds. I don't care if rebellions start. We will crush these. Humans completely. General Kral hesitates. My lord, that would leave our empire defenseless. If we pull back all our forces... I don't care. Drax roars. The humans must die, even if it costs us everything. On Earth, President Adams receives intelligence reports about the alien retreat. The news should make him happy, but his face remains grim. Dr. Mills sits across from him in the war room. The enemy fleet is regrouping beyond Pluto's orbit. Our long-range sensors show they're being reinforced. How many ships? Over 200,000, and more arriving every day. They're pulling forces from across their empire. Adams rubs his temples. They're risking everything to destroy us. Admiral Kane's hologram flickers to life. Mr. President, we have received communication requests from 17 different alien species. They want to form an alliance against the Crimson Empire. What do you think, Admiral? I think the galaxy is ready for change. These species have been slaves for too long. Adams considers this. Set up the meetings. If we're going to face 200,000 enemy ships, we'll need all the help we can get. Back on the Blood Crown, Captain Riley is brought before Emperor Drax. She's been a prisoner for weeks, but her spirit remains unbroken. Drax studies her with cold eyes. You are the one who started this war. Riley straightens her shoulders. You started this war when you demanded our surrender. I just refused to kneel. Your defiance has cost me 40,000 ships and the loyalty of dozens of worlds. You will pay for this. My defiance? Riley laughs. You don't understand what defiance really means. Drax leans forward. Explain. Every human child learns about this. Wars of our past. We know what happens when bullies think they can push us around. We've been preparing for species like you since we first reached the stars. Preparing how? Riley's smile turns cold. We studied every conquest you've ever made. We learned how you fight, how you think, how you rule. Then we built weapons specifically designed to kill your kind. Drax's claws extend. You lie. The dark matter ships? Those were designed to phase through your shields. The Death Moon? Built to punch through your armor. Every weapon we used was made with one purpose, to destroy the Crimson Empire. General Krell enters the throne room. My Emperor, our full fleet has assembled. 300,000 ships ready for battle. Drax turns to Riley. Your species will be extinct before this day ends. Riley shakes her head. You still don't get it. We're not just fighting for Earth anymore. What do you mean? While you were gathering your fleet, we were gathering allies. Species you've enslaved for centuries are rising up. Your empire is falling apart. As if summoned by her words, alarms begin blaring throughout the ship. My lord, the communication. Officer's voice crackles over the speakers. We're receiving reports from across the empire. The Blue Tails had declared independence. The Rock people are attacking our bases. Rebellions are starting on dozens of worlds. Drax's face twists with rage. Impossible, Riley laughs. You wanted to show the galaxy your strength. Instead, you showed them your weakness. Now they know you can be beaten. Admiral Kane's voice echoes from hidden speakers throughout the alien ship. Somehow, humans have hacked into the Crimson Empire's communication system. Emperor Drax, Kane's voices. Calm and steady. This is Admiral Kane of the United Earth Defense Force. I have a message for you. Every screen on every ship in the alien fleet shows Kane's face. You came to our solar system with threats and demands. You expected us to surrender like every other species you've conquered. But we are not like other species. Kane pauses. We are human, and humans don't surrender. We fight. Asterisk, Kane's message continues to broadcast across the Crimson Empire's fleet. Every alien soldier hears his words. Your Emperor promised you an easy victory. He told you humans were weak. But look around you. Look at your burning ships. Look at your retreating fleets. Who looks weak now? Emperor Drax screams for his technicians to cut the transmission, but human hackers have taken complete control of their systems. You have enslaved the galaxy for 10,000 years, Kane continues. You have destroyed civilizations and crushed hope wherever you found it. But your reign of terror ends today. On planets across the galaxy, enslaved species listen to Kane's words and feel something they haven't felt in centuries. Hope. The Blue Tail Rebellion on Kepler Prime explodes into full warfare. Elder Tam leads his people against their Crimson Empire overseers. Today we fight, he shouts to thousands of his people. Today we are free. Similar uprisings begin on world after world. The rock people use their natural strength to overpower alien guards. The sky dancers attack with their flying ships. Species that have been beaten down for generations suddenly remember how to fight. Emperor Drax watches reports flood in from across his empire. Half his conquered worlds are in open rebellion. How did this happen so quickly? He demands, General. Kral's face is pale. The humans, my lord. They've been sending secret messages to our subject worlds for months. They've been planning this. Impossible. How could they contact so many worlds without us knowing? Asterisk Riley speaks up from her chains. You really don't understand humans, do you? We've been explorers and traders for centuries before you even knew. We existed. We made friends across the galaxy. We just kept quiet about it. Drax turns on her with fury. You planned this whole war. No, Riley shakes her head. You started this war when you decided to conquer us. We just made sure that when it ended, your empire would burn with you. The blood-crowned shudders as explosions rock the ship. Through the viewport, Drax sees human ships attacking his fleet. But these aren't the same ships from before. These vessels are massive, each one the size of a small moon. They move with impossible grace for their size. Captain Storm commands the human dreadnought, Earth's Fury. His ship alone carries more firepower than 1,000 normal vessels. All ships begin. Final assault, Storm orders. Show them what human engineering can do. The human dreadnoughts tear through the alien fleet like sharks through fish. Their weapons don't just destroy ships. They erase them completely from existence. But the real surprise, Comies from behind the alien fleet. Ships appear out of nowhere. Not human ships, but vessels belonging to the rebellious species. The Blue Tails have sent their entire hidden fleet. The rock people bring their asteroid fortresses. The sky dancers arrive with clouds of small, fast fighters. My lord, General. Kral's voice cracks. We're surrounded. The rebels have ships we never knew existed. Drax stares in disbelief. How many ships? Over 100,000 and more arriving every minute. The battle becomes a massacre. Caught between the human dreadnoughts and the rebel fleets, the Crimson Empire's ships have nowhere to run. Emperor Drax's mighty fleet of 300,000 ships crumbles in hours. His vessels explode in brilliant flashes of light. His soldiers die screaming in the void of space. Riley watches through the viewport as her people's enemies burn. I told you that you picked a fight with the wrong species. Drax falls to his knees. His empire, built over 10,000 years, is dying before his eyes. How? He whispers. How did you do this? Riley's chains fall away as human boarding parties reach the bridge. Marines in powered armor secure the area. It's simple, Riley says as she rubs her wrists. You ruled through fear. We inspired through hope. You made enemies. We made friends. You conquered worlds. We liberated them. Admiral Kane materializes as a hologram in the center of the bridge. Emperor Drax, I am placing you under arrest for crimes against countless species across the galaxy. Drax looks up with hatred burning in his eyes. You cannot stop the Empire. We have ruled for millennia. Kane's expression is cold as steel. Your empire died the moment you threatened Earth. You just didn't know it yet. Human Marines drag Drax away in energy chains. The last emperor of the Crimson Empire disappears into the bowels of his former flagship. Riley looks out at the debris field that was once the galaxy's most feared fleet. Burning wreckage stretches in all directions. Admiral, she says to Kane's hologram, what's our next move? Kane's grim expression softens slightly. Now we help our new allies rebuild their worlds. The galaxy is free, Captain. It's time to make sure it stays that way. But in the darkness between stars, Ancient sensors detect the destruction of the Crimson Empire. Other powers, older and more dangerous, begin to stir. The war is over. But humanity's real test is just beginning. 6 months after the fall of the Crimson Empire, the galaxy is a different place. Free worlds celebrate their independence, while former slave species work to rebuild their civilizations. On Kepler Prime, Elder Tam stands before a monument to the fallen. The Blue-Tail people have built a memorial to honor those who died under alien rule. His daughter Nara approaches him. "Father, the human ambassador has arrived for the peace talks." Tam nods. "Send her to the council chamber. Today, we decide the future of the galaxy." The Galactic Liberation Council meets on the neutral world of Haven. Representatives from 847 different species gather in a massive chamber. For the first time in 10,000 years, they meet as equals, not as rulers and slaves. President Adams leads the human delegation. He sits beside Captain Riley, who has become Earth's most famous military hero. Across from them sit former enemies who are now allies. Elder Tam speaks for the liberated worlds. We gather today to discuss a new order. The Crimson Empire is gone. But who will protect the galaxy from future threats? General Kess of the Rock People pounds his stone fist on the table. We must build our own armies. Never again will we be defenseless. Sky Dancer Queen Lyra shakes her head. Armies alone are not enough. We need unity. We need cooperation. Adam stands up. All eyes turn to him. "My friends, Earth did not fight this war to rule you. We fought to free you. The question now is, what kind of galaxy do we want to build?" An old voice speaks from the back of the chamber. Everyone turns to see Ancient One Zephyr of the Star Whale people. His species is the oldest in the galaxy. "I have lived for 3,000 years, Zephyr says. In his deep, resonant voice, "I have seen empires rise and fall. The Crimson Empire was not the first to conquer worlds, and it will not be the last." Murmurs of worry ripple through the chamber. But Zephyr continues, "I have also seen something new. I have seen humans fight not for conquest, but for freedom. Not for slavery, but for liberty." He moves slowly to the center of the chamber. Despite his age, his presence commands respect. "The humans have shown us a different way. They could have conquered us all after defeating the Crimson Empire. Instead, they offered friendship. They could have demanded tribute. Instead, they offered aid." Riley stands up. "Ancient One, what are you suggesting?" "I suggest we ask humanity to do something no species has ever done before. Not rule the galaxy, but guard it. Protect it from those who would enslave it again." The chamber erupts in discussion. Some species cheer the idea. Others worry about trading one ruler for another. Adams raises his hand for silence. "We appreciate the honor, but Earth cannot police an entire galaxy alone." "Then don't do it alone," Elder Tam says. "Let us help. Let each free world contribute ships and soldiers. Let humanity lead, but let all of us serve." Queen Lyra nods. "A galactic defense force, made up of all species, but commanded by those who have proven they fight for freedom, not conquest." Over the following days, the council debates and plans. They create something the galaxy has never seen before, the Galactic Defense Alliance. Every free world contributes what it can. The Blue Tails offer their fast scout ships. The Rock People provide heavy battle cruisers. The Sky Dancers supply fighter squadrons. Hundreds of species pledge their support. But the real strength comes from human technology and leadership. Earth's advanced weapons and tactical knowledge form the backbone of the new alliance. Admiral Kane accepts command of the Alliance fleet. Captain Riley becomes his second in command. Together, they begin training the greatest military force in galactic history, not for conquest, but for protection. 3 years later, the Alliance faces its first real test. Ancient sensors detect movement in the void between galaxies. Something vast and alien approaches. The Void Hunters have awakened. These creatures are older than any known civilization. They consume entire star systems and leave nothing but empty space behind. Admiral Kane stands on the bridge of the Alliance flagship, Unity. Around him, officers from dozens of different species work side by side. How long until they arrive? Kane asks. 6 months, sir, replies Officer Brock, a former Crimson Empire soldier who joined the Alliance. Kane nods. Then we have 6 months to prepare. Send word to all Alliance worlds. Tell them the galaxy faces its greatest threat yet. Riley joins him at the command console. Think we can win this one, Admiral? Kane looks out at the stars. Somewhere in that darkness, an ancient evil approaches. But around him, he sees something the galaxy has never had before. Unity. Captain, he says with quiet confidence, we're human. We don't know how to lose. The Alliance fleet begins to mobilize. Ships from 1,000 worlds gather for the battle of their lives. Humanity asked for peace. The galaxy gave them war. Now, humanity will give the galaxy something it has never had. Hope. The end. Asterisk.